Can you imagine that a man who is accused and has been convicted bribing the other jurors?
What was put before the jury was evidence that there was tampering of that cell phone.
A certified British digital forensic expert casts doubts about the very authenticity of this evidence.
You mean people targeting Kartel?
I think the system was at him.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
What is up, my people? Welcome back to Kenny Oncho TV. So Vybz Kartel last and final appeal is within less than 24 hours to be exact, my people, in this time of recording. Now we're gonna go over some key evidence and some important evidence of the Vybz Kartel case just to refresh your guys' mind. But people, no need to stick around for this video because it's gonna be really interesting. As I said before we jump into the details, we'd appreciate if you leave a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel so that way you won't miss out on the latest updates. Now we're gonna go back to Bert Samuels, attorney of Vybz Kartel. He did give a few updates on the tampering of evidence and all these things. Very interesting, my people. Let's check it out.
Yeah, well, listen to this. Part of the case, the appeal, is the jury management of this case. Can you imagine that a man who is accused and has been convicted of bribing the other jurors was allowed to remain with the jurors and for them to give a verdict?
You hear that, my people? A man that was convicted of bribing another juror still get the opportunity to stay on the juror to give an input on Vybz Kartel case, and the man convicted of bribery. Jano, this is really interesting, my people.
You know what everybody keeps going back to though? Those voice notes. They seemed so self-incriminating.
And those voice notes came from a phone which the police took and used whilst it was in the station. That's one of the grounds of appeal. The contamination of a phone. People can superimpose your voice on anything.
Is there?
That's true, my people. You hear that? Vybz Kartel phone, after getting confiscated by the feds, them, yes, me say, and locked up for evidence, the phone has been tampered with. Yes, me say, according to the lawyer, the police, them, I use the phone while it's in evidence lockup. Yes, me say, that's really interesting as well, my people. Yes, me say, now we're gonna actually move on to Isaac Buchanan, give an interview on the Fox 5 News as well, and talk about the phone evidence. As I say, a forensic digital expert actually do him research on the phone and agree, say yes, the phone was tampered with.
Now a comprehensive investigation by a certified British digital forensic expert casts doubts about the very authenticity of this evidence. In short, he found it didn't match up with a scientific reality.
And you hear that, my people? A forensic digital expert actually confirms, say yes, it was tampered with the phone. As I say, while it was in evidence locked up. And this thing is getting more interesting.
So when there is a gap between the footprint, for instance, the video didn't have any GPS on it, and all other videos on the phone had GPS, had the metadata and the epoch times in sequence. Looking at the evidence, this case was about getting Vybz Kartel in prison and leaving him there.
Human rights attorney Isaac Buchanan tells me that much of Kartel's 2014 murder conviction, along with 3 co-defendants, was based on questionable evidence from a BlackBerry Torch cell phone with a SIM card.
What was put before the jury was evidence that we do not know if it is authentic. But certainly what we do now know is that there was tampering of that stuff. Our hope is that the Privy Council, in reviewing the evidence, including the fresh evidence that will be put before them, would come to the conclusion that everyone has looked at the case or is certainly have access to the material, would find that the conviction is unsafe and cannot stand.
Attorney Buchanan says the Privy Council has several options, but he's focusing on the best case scenario for the imprisoned dancehall king.
My people, it's getting closer and closer. As I say, we definitely make sure to stick around because we're gonna stream this live. Now we're gonna take a look at Vybz Kartel himself doing an interview with Fox 5 News. We're gonna go over what he actually said, as I say, and talk about why him feel like he was targeted by the system. Him actually say the system wanted to lock away Vybz Kartel and his influence and not Adidja Palmer, the person. But people, let's check it out.
I hope you're hearing me.
Yes. As you look around the cell that you're in right now, can you describe for us what that looks like?
It's dark. It's hot. It has like 3 or 4 bunk beds. It's got a toilet in the corner, and it's got a huge grill. Lots of metal. It's like a dungeon, but it's instead of being in the cellar, it's in the attic. I'm actually in the roof.
You say you're in a better place mentally than physically. A lot of people would find that hard to believe.
Yeah, because I was sick for a few years, so definitely I'm recovering physically, but mentally I've always been in a good place because I know I'm innocent and I know I'm coming out.
Do you really believe that?
Yeah, of course I believe that. And to be totally honest, the system really wanted me thrown away. It was never about me being charged for a murder. It was about getting rid of Vybz Kartel, not Adidja Palmer, the person.
Why do you say the system is out to get you?
Because they told us, they say we have too much influence. If you remember when Movado and I had that little feud a few years ago, we even went to King's house, which is like the home of the Prime Minister. And they were telling us that, oh, we're leading the kids astray, and if we don't stop what we're doing, we're not gonna get any permission to do shows and stuff like that. So it has always been about the influence that Vybz Kartel has.
It's always been about the influence that the Vybz Kartel has. The people tell me to think about that. Is me say, because honestly, the world know Vybz Kartel is, if not the most influential artist that come out of Jamaica. That is very debatable because there is Bob Marley. Anyways, that conversation is for something else, my people. Now we are going to take a look on Vybz Kartel first actual manager. You see me say Rowan Butler, him give a little input on stage interview. You see me say on the Vybz Kartel case as well of what him feel like them after him and whatsoever and what's not. We are going to check out that for a moment, my people.
Let's talk a little bit now about Kartel's conviction and incarceration. What went through your mind when that happened?
All right, you know, I'm not pleased with what had happened, in all honesty, because of what I heard. Remember, I don't know about the case.
Yes.
Because I can only speak of what is said in
reported.
court, right, in the court, and what I hear. So, a lot of it in my head, I believe it's a target, but that's just my belief.
You mean people targeting Kartel?
I think the system was at him.
The system?
After
The legal system?
Ever since Sting.
Ever since Sting.
Because what happened at Sting should not have happened.
True.
And a lot of them were upset because of it. And then when he sang the song that says, when Shatta go to jail, I think they took offense to that song too. Yeah, so from there, I think that's when they were like after him, just waiting for him to slip up.
And I hear that, my people, everybody I say the system is out to get Vybz Kartel. Him have too much influence. But my people, based on all of the evidence, them, it's a really high possibility that Vybz Kartel could walk free. You see me I say? No joke about that. You know what I mean? And also, my people, let's take a look to the other side. You see me I say? Clive Lizard Williams, my condolence goes out to the family. Same way, you know what I mean? Check a look on for them side as well. Me know them family need closure. You see me I say? And also them want justice for them loss as well. You know what I mean? But my people, let me all know what y'all think about this in the comment section. As me, let me know about that. And make sure you stay tuned because we're going to stream the court trial live. So make sure you stick around for that. Leave a like on the video and also subscribe so that way you don't miss out on the latest updates. And I'll see you guys in the next video.